I bought $1,800 in Christmas gifts for my sister's kids. On Christmas morning, my son unwrapped a pen. Budget was tight, Dad said. My son asked, was I bad this year? I packed the SUV with every box I paid for and texted gifts retrieved. Every year, my family does Christmas at my parents' house. Big tree, big dinner, everyone brings gifts. My sister April has 3 kids, ages 10, 8, and 5. My son Theo is 6. I'm a single mom. I work at a physical therapy clinic full-time and pick up weekend shifts when I can. Money is tight for me every month, but I make it work. In October, Mom sent the family group chat a list. She said to avoid doubles, everyone should coordinate who's buying what. April's kids had long lists: iPads, bikes, name brand shoes, video games, art kits. Theo's list was small: a dinosaur set, a soccer ball, and a book about space. Mom assigned gifts. She gave me April's 3 kids. She gave April just Theo. She gave herself and Dad the leftover items. I didn't argue. I went out and bought everything on the list for April's kids: 2 iPads, a bike for the youngest, new shoes for the oldest, 3 video games, and an art set. Total came to $1,847. I put $600 on my credit card because I didn't have it. I wrapped every box myself. I dropped them off at my parents' house on December 23rd. The pile under the tree for April's kids was massive. I asked Mom what April got for Theo. She said, oh, I'm sure she handled it. Christmas morning, we all gathered in the living room. April's kids went first. They screamed, they jumped, they hugged their new iPads and shoes and games. April smiled at me and said, wow, you went all out. I said I followed the list. Then it was Theo's turn. There was one small box under the tree with his name on it. He opened it carefully the way he always does. Inside was a ballpoint pen. A plain black ballpoint pen. Not even in a case. Just a pen in a box. Theo looked at it. Then he looked at me. Was I bad this year? My chest caved in. I looked at April. She shrugged. Budget was tight this year. Sorry. I looked at Mom. She looked away. I looked at Dad. He said budgets are tough for everyone. Budget was tight. I spent $1,847 on her kids, and she bought my son a pen. I picked Theo up and said, let's go get something from the car. I carried him outside and put him in his car seat. I told him he was the best kid in the world and that Santa had something special coming later. He said, okay, Mommy. Then I went back inside. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I walked to the tree and started pulling out boxes. Mom said, what are you doing? I said, I'm taking back what I paid for. April stood up. You can't do that. Those are the kids' gifts. I paid for every single one of those boxes. $1,847. Your budget was tight, but mine wasn't. You bought my son a pen, April. A pen. She looked at Mom for backup. Mom said, let's not ruin Christmas. I said Christmas was ruined when my 6-year-old asked if he was bad because your daughter couldn't spend more than $1 on him. I carried the first load to the SUV. April followed me outside. You're seriously taking Christmas away from my kids? You seriously gave my kid a pen. She went inside and came back with Dad. He blocked the front door. You're making a scene. Move, Dad. These are my gifts. I bought them. I have the receipts on my phone. He didn't move. I pulled up every receipt on my phone and showed him. $1,847 total. All my credit card, all my name. He stepped aside. It took me 4 trips. I loaded every box into the SUV. April's kids were crying in the living room. I felt sick about that. They didn't do anything wrong, but neither did Theo. I got in the car and took a photo of the empty space under the tree. I sent it to the family group chat with one message: gifts retrieved. Then I drove home. Theo and I stopped at a store on the way. I bought him the dinosaur set and the space book off his list. I couldn't afford the soccer ball too, so I grabbed a cheap one from the clearance bin. He opened them on our living room floor and said, this is the best Christmas ever, Mommy. I sat on the couch and cried while he played with his dinosaurs. By 7 a.m. the next morning, April was at my door. She banged for 30 minutes straight. I didn't open it. She called me 11 times. I declined every one. Then she texted, you ruined my kid's Christmas. I texted back, you spent $1 on my son. I spent $1,847 on yours, and I'm the selfish one. She didn't respond. I returned everything to the store and paid off the credit card. The dinosaur set is still on Theo's floor. That's all that matters.